What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video. And this is the wrestling news for you all today on August 16th, 2024. We're going to be talking about the wildest wrestling news stories, remember, that you SNA Assassinators need to know from the Ringside News article. Make sure to watch until the very end because we're going to be talking about some very intriguing news. Starting with the first one being Stone Cold Steve Austin eyeing an appearance at WrestleMania 41. WWE Hall of Famer Stone Cold Steve Austin made a surprise return to in-ring action at WrestleMania 38, where he faced Kevin Owens, making a break from his retirement. Since that match, Austin has not competed again, sparking speculation among fans about a potential return. He has expressed hope to be part of WrestleMania 41. WWE was in talks to involve Stone Cold Steve Austin in some capacity during WrestleMania 40 WrestleMania 40 weekend, but he never appeared at the show. Jim Ross would explain the likely reason why was he wasn't at the show as well. Like as well, WrestleMania 41 is getting a lot of attention, with WWE confirming it will be in Las Vegas. The event is set for April 19th and April 20th, 2025 at Allegiant Stadium. Recently, Stone Cold Steve Austin hinted at that he might appear at WrestleMania 41, which has excited many fans. And speaking to Adrian Hernandez, Austin mentioned his hopes to attend the 2025 WrestleMania. He noted that this year's WrestleMania will be in this coming year's WrestleMania will indeed be in Las Vegas, which is relevantly close to his location. Austin expressed his intention to be there to provide backup for Rhodes if required. He mentioned WrestleMania this year's in Las Vegas, and I was in an interview a while back, and I said, "Hey man, and that's 400 miles. That's right here, where we are sitting right down the road. Like I'm fixing to drive back to Reno in my buggy. But anyway, it'll be it'll be in Vegas, so I hope to be there this year. If he needs another hand, I mean, I'll be there." Steve Austin is also considerably jacked and clearly in great shape. After making it clear that it wants to be he wants to be at WrestleMania 41 regardless. We'll have to see if Austin will indeed appear at WrestleMania 41. As a fan, I would love to see that happen. But what's your view on Steve Austin hoping that he be attending next year's WrestleMania in 2025? Do you think this is all just a ruse and to us to believe? So we won't speculate any surprises that he's gonna be actually making an in-ring return, once again, like he did 3 years prior when he took on Kevin Owens. Which I'll tell you, that's the one thing that these guys don't do in the IWC, and stop speculating on things, especially when it comes to in-ring returns from legendary wrestlers like like guys like the Rattlesnake himself. I wouldn't doubt if he had at least one more match. I wouldn't put it past. I don't think he's not even 60 yet, but even so, I think he probably would have one more match and then probably call it a day. And right off to the sunset. Even if he doesn't, that was an excellent return what he did back in 2022. Like when he took on Kevin Owens, that was a massive dream match. And I hope he'll have another massive dream match, like with the likes of someone like, I don't know, John Cena or a Brock Lesnar or any of the other young guys like a Braun Breaker or what's the one is like or what other guy he could get in the ring with that will be like such excellent chemistry, like maybe anybody in the roster that can have a good match with anybody. But yeah, let me know down in the comment section right down below. But let's move on to the next slide. We got Stone Cold Steve Austin news of him revealing the real reason behind WrestleMania 40 absent. Stone Cold, we got more news of Stone Cold now. Is renowned renowned as one of the greatest WWE superstars of all time, who was heavily rumored to make an appearance at WrestleMania 40. However, to the disappointment of many fans, Austin was not able to appear. The discussion around the Texas Rattlesnakes absence, from one of the biggest WrestleManias of all time, gained attention after the show, with many, including Austin's best friend and veteran commentator Jim Ross, also give his take on the matter. Months after the show of shows, Steve Austin finally opened up his absence in recent in a recent interview in that, or let me phrase, from his absence in that same interview with Adrian Hernandez. He admitted that WWE did and indeed reached out to him for an appearance. However, the Bionic Redneck revealed that he and his wife had some things going on due to which Steve Austin didn't need to go to Philadelphia to be a part of WrestleMania 40. He explains it was and they certainly reached out to me. We had conversations, but my wife and I had some things going on that I didn't need to go to Philly at the time. While Austin missed WrestleMania 40, he did drop teases that making an appearance at next year's show of shows, taking place in Las Vegas. So we will have to wait. So we will have to wait and see if the fans in Sin City will hear the glass shattering sounds, hear the glass shattering sounds in the Allegiant Stadium with Stone Cold coming out for something special. And what's your take on Stone Cold Steve Austin? Real reason why he did not show up at this year's Showcase of the Immortal event. And do you think it had and do you think it was personal reasons? Let me know in the comments down below. And also, do you think he's gonna make up from last year to be making an appearance on this coming year in 2025's WrestleMania in Sin City, Las Vegas? And he did say he's only just down the road from where Allegiant Stadium is located, because he's because he has plenty of businesses over in the state of Nevada. So yeah, it won't be not that far away for him to pay a visit at Allegiant Stadium. But let's hope that'll be the case. Let's hope he at least be in attendance there, and I hope it's more than just an attendance that he's going to be making this appearance at WrestleMania 40. 41, I meant to say, at WrestleMania 41. My apologies, but yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see. Like this article says, like if that's going to be the case, like if we're gonna see Stone Cold Steve Austin attending in at this coming upcoming showcase event, or we're gonna or we're going to yeah, we're going to see something more special. What Steve Austin's going to be doing in the at the at the showcase event in this coming April. At the end of this coming April, let me rephrase that, in 2025. But yeah, let's move on to the next slide. We got WWE remaining tight-lipped like about Jacob Fatu injury situation, and Jacob Fatu finally made his way to the WWE after years of aspiring to join the bloodline. Like he aligned himself with Solo Sikoa and acknowledged him as the tribal chief, expressing his admiration. This was a significant moment for Fatu, but even more impactful, like one occurred like at SummerSlam, like where he was apparently was injured. Like, however, WWE has remained silent on the matter. On the Wrestling Observer newsletter, I reported the latest on Jacob Fatu's injury. This could be complicated, like because Fatu and Tama Tonga won the WWE Tag Team titles on August 2nd prior to his injury situation. Regarding the tag team titles, WWE's currently stance is that another any two members of the bloodline selected by Solo Sikoa can defend them. Like lit, little has been said about Fatu, as WWE doesn't want him involved with Roman Reigns at this stage, or taking big bumps for him. With everyone required to sell big for Reigns, Fatu is being kept off screen due to his injury because WWE isn't emphasizing injury since Fatu is supposed to be portrayed as a monster. And yeah, in the report, also mentioned that they are low keying their angle. Like additionally, they've kept totally quiet as to whether he's actually hurt or what the situation is. But it appears that most, if not all, of this is a work with his absence and lack of interactions with Reigns being part of the plan. WWE seems intent on keeping details about Jacob Fatu's injury under wraps. Like it's likely they don't want too much attention on it. Fatu hurt himself during SummerSlam executing a splash off the top rope, clearly showing signs of pain, like he was visibly frustrated by the injury, even flinging a chair across the ringside area, like in anger. Jacob Fatu like was worked hard for years on the indie circuit and in MLW to reach WWE. Now that he's finally part of the bloodline, and an injury is the last thing he needs. Hopefully, he can recover quickly, but it's unlikely that his use of walking boot is any more than part of the storyline. But what is your thoughts onto this matter? On this note, do you think it that he's working the fans and everybody that's watching like WWE right now, or do you think he's literally legitimately injured? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But I sure hope that it's all just a work and nothing too serious. And and yeah, and if so, I'm gonna wish him a very speedy recovery. I would suggest you guys do the same right here on the SNA podcast. But yeah, I hope it's nothing more than just a work, and he's just doing this just to stay out of action for a little while. So he won't interact with Roman Reigns at this time anytime soon, at least not just yet. And then he will do it in a much bigger stage. But anyways, yeah, let me know down in the comment section right down below. Do you think this all just a work or is it a shoot? And he's legitimately injured, and then they're just using this as taking this as an advantage, like to do just to keep him off of TV. Which I mean, either way, like I guess this, even if it's an injury, like it's all I get all perfect coincidence because yeah, like because yeah, we don't want to hurry up and put him against Roman Reigns if you're trying to make him as a credible, monstrous threat like into the of the bloodline. So this is the best way to just write him off of television for at least a good month, or at least for a good few weeks, I should say, because he might come back at the end of August, like by Bash in Berlin, which will be probably be by the time where Roman Reigns will set off his first match against his former ally and cut and his cousin, the wannabe tribal chief, I guess you could say. but but yeah, let me know about that in the comment section right down below. But Eric Bischoff, and we got some Eric Bischoff blasts internet journalists like over false reporting of uh, Anawai's death. And it says right here that it says the pro wrestling world was recently shaken by another legend's passing, but it has not been confirmed that Alpha in Hawaii at the age of 81 years old is still alive. Following the following the false reports of his death, his family quickly clarified the situation didn't stop that didn't stop some big names in the pro wrestling news, pro wrestling news field, like from reporting the fake news about Alpha's past. Despite the widespread reports, Alpha's daughter, Vile Hawaii, and his daughter, his daughter Vile Hawaii, and his son Samu, confirmed that the wrestling icon is alive, putting in putting an end to the premature tributes that had circulated. However, his condition is still described as fighting, and hope remains for a full recovery. like in recovery. And Vile tweeted, "He's not done fighting yet. Like he's still alive." Like and added like this led to this led to a swift response from the internet wrestling community, with fans quickly removing their posts. Dave Meltzer also issued a correction on Twitter. But Eric, however, Eric Bischoff soonly responded to Dave Meltzer's correction, criticizing the Wrestling Observer letter writer, or excuse me, like Eric Bischoff responded to Dave Meltzer's correction, and criticized the Wrestling Observer newsletter writer's credibility and integrity. And he said, or he commented, uh, Dave, you are not only comically ignorant, when it comes to the wrestling business, your sloppiness, lack of integrity when it comes to your cosplay reporting makes Pond Scum look good. And in recent years, Alpha has dealt with numerous health challenges, including multiple heart surgeries and several back surgeries following a serious fall. These issues have significantly uh, impacted his health, leading to increased concern for his well-being. Again, and ringside thoughts are with Alpha, as he continues to he paved the way in the pro wrestling world, for many to follow. Keep checking back with ringside news for more updates on this story. And a few months ago when he sadly passed, which I will continue to send my condolences. I believe I already did so, but I don't think it's too much condolences in the world to send out there to the NOIE family at this very sad time. But anyways, yeah, let me know down in the on what's your hot take and your opinions on what's his name what's your hot take and opinions on what's uh on this matter with Dave Meltzer being criticized by Eric Bischoff, with Eric Bischoff going to the point of comparing him to Pond Scum, like his cosplaying reports are making Pond Scum look good and look fresh and clean, compared to his work as a journalist, of course. Yeah. Excuse me. Really bad allergies lately, but let's move on to the next slide. And then, yeah, it just shows you that everything Dave Meltzer says is not 100% true. It may be in some capacity, like at least half or three-fourths of the time. But it shows you don't just take anybody's word unless they have some proof to back it up. But let's move on to the next slide. Let's talk about Matt Hardy confirms he and his brother Jeff Hardy to retire in WWE. And he got some very, 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 very interesting and intriguing news out of this one and out of this report, because it says Matt Hardy made his return to. It says. What I'm saying, made it clear that he wanted to have one final run in WWE and overall in professional wrestling at the Stanford-based promotion. before he hangs up the boots for good, or both the brothers hang up their respective boots for good, and Matt Hardy made his return to TNA at the Rebellion pay per view after his AEW contract expired, and he has been a part of TNA television since then. The same happened with Jeff Hardy, like who returned to TNA at Against All Odds, with both Hardys working together again. I say again, with both brothers working together again. Matt Hardy has now confirmed that he and Jeff Hardy aimed to end their careers in WWE. The partnership between WWE and TNA is making waves in wrestling. Both promotions are frequently swapping talent, and WWE had big presence at TNA as Slammiversary as well. And it says right here on the latest episode of the Extreme Life with the Extreme Life of Matt Hardy podcast. Matt Hardy talked about the possibility of returning to WWE, expressing a, a desire a desire for both him and his brother Jeff to end their careers there and be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Matt ref, Matt reflected on WWE as their origin, like stating that without WWE, they wouldn't have become the iconic tag team they've known as today. And it says right here, Hardy acknowledged that while they once considered concluding their careers in AEW, it now feels right, like to dang it, why did it fail out of the site? Okay, no matter. Where was I? Oh yeah, like it said yeah. Even though like they concluded their careers in AEW, it now feels right to return to WWE, the place where their journey began, to finish their careers and potentially receive Hall of Fame in recognitions, and I mean we had to stop. I mean the master of the deletion had this to say: WWE was our birthplace. Like without the WWE, we wouldn't have become who we ultimately became. Like these tag team legends, however, people view us or the worst is that or the worst tag like us or the worst tag team ever. Like like Matt and Jeff Hardy, like whatever you think our legacy is, like that happened because of WWE giving us an opportunity. Obviously, so that will always be viewed as our home. Like we've said this before, and I've said it this on this podcast. Add like add ad nauseum, like that I think we want to finish in WWE now, like because that is our home. That seems like the right way. That seemed like the right way to do it. Like I mean, there was a, And now, like there was a time with AEW where I would have been cool doing it like there and just fighting up there, but I think now to really come full circle and come back around to where we were and the people that first gave us our opportunity to become stars and achieve this dream that we aspire to do. I think like we want to finish our deal at WWE, end our careers there, and do a Hall of Fame thing. We'll see. Matt Hardy also confirmed the details of WWE's talks with Jeff Hardy at SummerSlam. The Hardys also previously made it clear that they want to go back to WWE and have their first run as the NXT Tag Team Championships. Regardless, we'll have to wait and see if the dynamic duo will finally return to WWE television soon as anything is truly possible. Like now, thanks to WWE and TNA's working relationship. And do you think they will absolutely do that? And do you think they could possibly could make a? Do you think they could do that? And do you think they're going to make a return and have one more final run in WWE before they hang up their respective boots for good? They're two respective extreme boots. Let me rephrase that. And do you think Team Extreme has what it takes to make a return to WWE? Well, I don't think that's the case. I'll say, do you think they're going to make that return? Which I believe WWE would immediately sign them back into a contract. I just for even if it's just for the NXT, if they're just for a run in NXT to win the NXT Tag Team Championship. And do you think they will indeed win those tag team championships? And if so, when do you think they're going to win them? Like, do you think it's going to be like in an upcoming pay-per-view, like perhaps No Mercy or Halloween Havoc? Or when do you think that it'll be the perfect time to crown them as those tag titles? Let me know in the comment section right down below. But let's move on to the next slide. We're going to talk about CM Punk volunteered to be part of NXT's CW Network debut, and yeah, we got some very exciting news about WWE is experiencing significant growth in changes highlighted by NXT's upcoming move to the CW Network. Later, which will be later this year in October 1st, and and it has been confirmed that the show will be on the road for its first two episodes on the new network with a notable investment in the debut show. Shawn Michaels has now revealed that CM Punk volunteered to be part of the launch. NXT has been televised on the USA Network for a long time, but that will end in October this year, as the show will be airing regularly on the CW Network. Going forward, it was also reported that the show will remain on Tuesdays after moving to the CW network. Shawn Michaels confirmed recently that WWE NXT is set to hit the road in celebration of its new home on the CW network. The inaugural event will be held on October 1st at the Allstate Arena in Chicago, Illinois. Following that, NXT will also head to St. Louis for a show at the Enterprise at the Enterprise Center in October 18th. Oh, no, October 8th. October 8th. My apologies. CM Punk is set to be part of the NXT CW Network launch on the CW Network in Chicago, Illinois, and while speaking on the on 103.5 Kiss FN, the 103.5 FM, Shawn Michaels talked about CM Punk's involvement in NXT. Michaels revealed that when Punk learned about NXT's event in Chicago, he immediately reached out to offer his assistance, as he volunteered to take on any role. Michaels praised Punk for his support of NXT and confirmed that Punk will have a significant role in the show on October 1st. He he explains, look, I'll tell you what, as soon as this announcement came out, Punk texted me, and he was like, anything I can do, while curiously and voluntarily questioning the Heartbreak Kid, like any opportunities, like any that I can do, that Punk said, like any role, like, and look for us for NXT he's just been an incredible supporter of NXT since he's been back. And I have to say that when he heard about this event, like, he volunteered himself. Right now, we're still kind of working that out, but I'm telling you, you have the opportunity to have one of the biggest global superstars in all of WWE offer to be a part of your show. Clearly, you take advantage of that. Like, so we're certainly gonna do that. He's gonna have a major role. We haven't quite defined what that is yet, but I can promise you it'll be something big going down on October 1st with CM Punk and NXT. WWE is also pulling in substantially more money with their with their their CW deal, and fans can expect to see a lot of big changes on the show. So we'll have to see NXT's debut on the CW network on October 1st. I will turn out as there's a ton of hype for for good reason. And what are your thoughts on Shawn Michaels' opinions about CM Punk's appearance on the debut show on the CW network? And do you think he's going to be a massive he's going to be a massive ratings mover, I guess you could say? Like, he's been known as the needle mover, but do you think he's going to be a viewer mover, I guess you could say, like with him getting a lot of viewers and ratings on on this appearance, like in on NXT? And do you think he's gonna is he going to successfully going to do that? And do you think he could possibly be in a match against a top heel in the company, like an All Ego Ethan Page, perhaps, like a dream match with that guy, like a guy that he probably haven't wrestled in AEW? Funny thing about that, but he worked with him. But yeah, they never had a match. But this could be a dream match for NXT on the opening on the opening show of being on the opening debut, on their debut, on the CW debut, I guess you could call it. I guess that's the term to put it. But let me know in the comment section right down below if you agree. If you agree that he's gonna be doing an incredible job, like when does get a match, and I wouldn't be surprised if a certain Scottish psychopath decides to show up and try to cost the Chicago-made wrestler the match from the All Ego wrestler, or even show up afterwards when he takes care of someone like All Ego Ethan Page or any other top heels in NXT right now. But let's move on to the next slide. We got some TNA news now, and it says right here why Detroit was chosen for Bound for Glory in Bound for Glory toward 2024 location. Again, and it says right here, since reconnecting with its roots through the Hard to Kill pay-per-view in January, TNA has undergone significant changes as it seeks to expand. While there were hopes like that Bound for Glory might be hosted internationally, like the event will instead take place in the U.S. Like the reason for this decision has now been revealed. Like rumor had circulated about Bound for Glory potentially being held internationally with speculation focusing on locations such as Europe or New York City. Fans were eager to see where the event would ultimately be held. It was then confirmed that the 2024 Bound for Glory pay-per-view will take place in Detroit, Michigan. Like this will be the first time the event has been held in Michigan since 2006. Despite the excitement, some fans were disappointed that the location was an international venue. And Mike Johnson of PW Insider was asked about TNA's decision to hold Bound for Glory in Detroit, like instead of a top 10 traveling city. Like he explained that the TNA changed their plans, although they initially considered London. They ultimately decided to stay in the U.S. Like the venue and plans were set, but the company decided not to proceed. Johnson noted that having 3,000 fans in Detroit is a solid alternative, and he explains they've changed their plans. Obviously, we were told that they were likely to London, but in the end, decided to remain. They decided to remain stateside. It was a company decision. They had the they had they have I said they the decision like they had the venue and but the idea locked in, but never went forward with the plans. Having 3,000 in Detroit isn't a bad plan B. Excuse me for a moment. But anyways, Assassinators. said TNA initially announced that Bound for Glory would be held in one of the top 10 most visited cities globally, and a city that had never hosted a TNA pay-per-view before, had the UK. Uh, uh, had the UK been selected, London, England would likely have been a candidate. For now, fans will have to wait and see if TNA will hold an event in the UK in the future. But what's your thoughts on TNA is possibly going to host Bound for Glory at at the at a at a smaller traveling city like Detroit? And do you think this was a wise business decision and even likely traveling decision as well, or do you think they should have stick on the ticket sales there, or do you think they would have gotten the worst sales, and it would have been more risky than it would have been a guarantee? Because I'm not sure about Bound for Glory is kind of like one of their biggest pay per views next to Slammiversary, on my opinion. And I think that's in everybody's opinions, of course, but it's not like an all in. Like it's not like an all in kind of comparison. Like with AEW having their biggest pay per view and all in, that's because that's like their WrestleMania and SummerSlam of AEW. So they can afford this, even if there's not going to be like over 60 or 70 or 80,000 fans. But still, they could will have some success like with the fans that they will already have. Like even if it's only like 50,000 fans, they will do somewhat successful in their their ticket sales. But for TNA, it's not as popular like it used to be, even though they do have a working relationship with WWE, like on with the crossover they're doing with NXT. So yeah, I don't know, if I'm not sure if they would have did fully successful. So maybe it was probably some business decision. They decided that they forget about this whole UK idea, even if it was in the plans, of course. But but yeah, let me know what your opinions are in the comments below. Do you think that it is going to be in Detroit, and then and if so, do you want it to be in that city, like in the near the Northeast, or do you want it to be somewhere like in Europe, like most specifically in the United Kingdom in London? Let me know about that, yeah, as well. But yeah, let me move on to the next slide. We got Seth Rollins was spotted rehabbing injury, in intense workout during WWE hiatus. And then yeah, we got Seth Rollins recovering from his latest injury, with him who recently returned to action after several months on the sideline due to his knee injury. Faced a devastating setback on the August 5th episode of Raw. During the show, Rollins was brutally attacked by Big Bronson Reed, who delivered multiple tsunami splashes, leaving Rollins in a dire state. That attack resulted in Seth Rollins being rushed to the hospital as he was coughing up blood. And WWE later announced that Seth Rollins would be out of action indefinitely. And man, what is up with Seth Rollins bleeding internally and spitting up blood? That's like his thing in WWE. It's like if he has an ability, when it comes to injuries, he's immune to be coughing up some kind of a blood, no matter where he's bleeding internally. He can easily do so. But let's hope this is not like a serious, nothing serious, and it's just all kayfabe, when it comes to coughing up blood. But let's move on and continue. but yeah, like, and for those before I begin, like for those that noticed that, let me know in the comments below. Like, when's the times that Seth Rollins cough up blood? But let's continue and say the decision like to write Rollins off television was influenced by the chronic issues like he has been dealing with, which have taken a toll on his physical health. Despite this setback, Rollins has been hard at work, like rehabbing his injury. The the Black and Brave Wrestler like Academy, like which Rollins co-owns, like